in the movie. It is wonderful to introduce him. Let me introduce him. First off, Kramer, ladies and gentlemen. Stanley Kramer's lovely wife. She's lovely. Karen, you're lovely.
I'm lovely. What do you think about that one? Hi, guys. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming.
The little banana that you did with the microphone, you're lovely.
You like that?
Oh, okay. Also, we have from the movie Barrie Chase. Barrie. Yeah, and look how lovely she is.
She's lovely
and look
too.
at the gams on her. Dear God, woman. All right. Next up, would you please welcome one of my favorites of all time, Mr. Marvin Kaplan. Marvin Kaplan, who has the greatest voice going. All right, let's let him get situated. And then the next gentleman I'm going to introduce, truly one of the greatest movie stars who has ever lived. Please welcome Mickey Rooney. You hear that, Mickey? They love you.
Thank you. Well, I love them.
Yeah, and you got a standing. I'm sure you've got. How many? You don't keep count of how many standing ovations you've received, do you? You've received, I think, more than a couple.
I've made a couple of good pictures, but I made some that were so bad they weren't released. They escaped.
Oh my! Do you know what my favorite movie is of yours? Besides It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.
What?
I cannot get enough of Boys Town.
Well, there's a reason for that, and may I tell you this?
You certainly can tell me anything, sir.
Boys Town exists today. Father Flanagan came from Ireland, and he had a dream of there are no bad boys. They all start off, you can start off bad, and with education today, being like it is, it's tough. And it's tough on children as they're growing up because you don't know what they're going to high school. There are a million reasons. But the reason for Boys Town was that it exists today as we sit here in Omaha, Nebraska. And it's not only boys, but it's boys and girls town, which is right for abused children.
And when you went there in the movie, you were a bad boy.
Well, that was all a part.
And then when Pee-wee got hit by the car, everything changed for you. You were a bad, bad boy. You didn't want to do anything.
I am the mayor of Boys Town, as we are sitting here tonight.
Wow.
For life. Because it's real.
Right.
You read about it every day, children abused or this and that, and it exists. It's real. It's real. You know how long it took us to make the picture?
How long?
2 weeks. A week at Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer and a week at Boys Town. I'm positive.
But we made film.
Well, you know, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World was made in 2 days. That's one of the trivia points that I want to bring out. It was made in 2 days.
I love Boys Town.
Well,
We did too.
And if you investigate it, they need money like anybody else. They needed somebody to send them a check, and that's why it's real. But nobody can believe that it was made in 2 weeks. We made it a week in the studio, and a week in Omaha, Nebraska.
We used to make films, because I'm part of that older generation, I must tell you. And we used to make films in 2 weeks. That's true.
I recently made a film in 12 days, 2 six-day weeks, but it was a piece of crap. So, you know,
Well, step
go
aside.
figure.
I've done those pictures. I told you.
But you know what, Boys Town
I will
had?
step aside for you.
Boys Town had Spencer Tracy too. Right?
Yes, both,
And
yes,
you worked
look
with
at
Spencer
that.
quite a
Yes.
few times, like in Mad World.
Well, I worked with Spencer Tracy a long time before I made any pictures for Metro. It was called Riff Raff
What was Riff Raff?
with
Oh, was it a movie, you mean?
Riff Raff.
Uh,
And the boat sank in the harbor, and I got rescued. And, it was. Anyway,
May I say
Gene
something?
Harlow was in it. Spencer Tracy. There are many pictures I'm sure that you've all seen, and if you haven't seen them, and that melodrama,
Well, I'll tell you what.
I've seen Manhattan Melodrama.
You know,
that was real.
Marvin, at all times your voice is welcome. Put the microphone by your mouth and let everyone hear your voice because you have the greatest voice going. I know your voice originally from Top Cat.
Look, we're here to talk about
Choo-choo.
mad.
That is
world.
correct, sir. We are here to talk. It's a mad world.
Yeah.
And Barrie Chase does. Change it. But let me help you. What are you just doing it on your own? Okay. So you know what's really
You were
funny?
with who was the fella you worked with?
The fella, well, in the movie Dick Shawn.
Dick Shawn.
She's the only person on earth, in my opinion, who has danced with Dick Shawn and Fred Astaire professionally.
wow.
I don't think anyone else has. Has anyone else? Yeah.
I got it.
All right. So, Karen, I'm going to start with you, and everyone else can chime in. What do you think the magic of It's a Mad World is that after all these years, people love the movie so much?
It is amazing, isn't it? 50 years old, this film, and has a great fan base.
But it's
I want to thank you.
funny, one of the funniest
is.
pictures that's
It
ever
is.
been made.
And I want to thank you. I want to thank
And I'm
you,
not saying that
fans.
because I'm in it, but if you start with Jimmy Durante, Buster Keaton,
Yeah, Buster Keaton, I know.
It was the first film that had major stars with expression.
Do you think
with
I've not
one-liners.
fantasized about making this movie
No, let me
again
tell
with
you- let me
comedians
tell
of
you.
today?
No.
But the difference is, if I may, and I'm insulting my peers and myself, there's not many comedians today that are worthy of this movie.
I don't know.
There's a few. There's a few that I love,
Well,
and they know who they are.
Henny Youngman,
Yeah, Henny Youngman would be great in this
Milton
movie.
Berle.
Oh, you're naming the ones from before, yeah. I thought that. I don't think Henny Youngman was in the movie.
Well, let me tell you a little something. First, before I say anything, I want to just
Marvin, just make sure it's right by your mouth when you talk.
I want to thank the fans for coming today, and
Yes,
I
thank you
also
all.
I can't tell you how much you have meant to this film, and this fabulous theater that we're sitting in this afternoon. As you know, if you're fans, that Mad World opened this theater. Stanley was looking for the right theater, and the Foremans, God bless his family, and Tate Foreman is with us this evening. He's the grandson or great-grandson of the original, I think it's Michael or Chris Foreman, and he's been with us all afternoon. And Stanley was looking for the theater, looking for breaking ground to build a new theater for this film. And so they had 16 weeks to build this beautiful theater. And they
Actually, it was
made
made in 2 weeks, let's be honest.
so a little longer to make this theater, but she still stands. But listen, I got to do something here.
Let me see something here.
I think
No, hold on, say something.
the reason I think that Mad World is a classic is because it's about greed. Snake breed has become the national pastime. And it's about characters who go crazy to get this money. And the cast cannot be duplicated in any way.
No, it's
Ethel
not.
Merman, Jimmy Durante, Mickey, Rooney, Buddy Hackett, Terry Thomas, who was a brilliant English actor.
Yeah, Terry Thomas was
Don
great.
Knotts.
And what about the great singer? The one,
I beg your pardon?
No, Mickey's talking to you.
Oh,
the great singer, one of the greatest and nicest ladies in show business. You're no business.
Oh, yeah.
Merman.
Ethel Merman.
It was the best thing Merman ever did in movies. I mean, she was a fantastic Broadway performer, but nobody really knew about her out here. She's brilliant in it. Nobody could do that part.
Marvin?
Nobody.
Marvin, here's a suggestion, just me. I don't know what your money situation is, but I think you should just talk into a recorder and put this out. I would pay just to listen to your voice all day, having an opinion on anything. I just love you. Would you call me Top Cat?
Well, I think it's a great
I think
because
this
you
is
can't
very
replace
picture.
those people. They
This is
try.
the fifth picture
They try to
that
do a
I
sequel
made
to
with
it.
Spencer Tracy.
I'm hard as hearing to say.
Okay.
Fifth,
The fifth picture you made with Spencer Tracy, this one was.
that's right. And then here is a serious, wonderful man surrounded by a bunch of idiots like me. And he was a performer. He was a gentleman that you watch in the picture, you say, I don't believe that's Spencer Tracy.
He was a magnificent.
Barrie, you have great remarks. You need to use the microphone. Great remarks and great legs, almost ridiculous. So, Barrie, you're in the movie Dancing with Dick Shawn
Yes.
with a look of disinterest on your face. Was that
Wiggling a little bit.
Just a little.
I bet you Mickey noticed back in those days. Who's the girl with Dick
No.
Shawn? I'm kidding, Mickey. I apologize. Ava Gardner. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, you don't have to say any more than that.
Look, it's not easy in this business to find happiness. No, you don't mind laugh.
Ava Gardner wasn't in that movie.
I'm not going to talk about it either. She had troubles of her own.
Yes. But she was, as they say in Sweden, a looker. Barrie, so were you dancing all day with him? Did you have any idea? Like, how did you get the gig? Because to me, your part is you just dance and you look disinterested. That's what you're told to do.
I wasn't told to do anything.
Oh, really? You just
No.
danced?
I know
Are you disinterested in general?
I should be, but I don't.
You know, it was just great. Let's talk about Stanley Kramer.
Okay, let's do that, Mickey. Barrie, I might come back to you. I don't
Stanley
know.
Kramer, the
I have
director.
ADD. I might forget. But I will.
He'd
I think
made
with
so
Barrie,
many
it was a choice.
serious
to play
pictures.
Dick there.
You think with Barrie is a choice?
Dick was so frenetic, so manic,
And if you don't think,
and so the
if you
person
don't
who
think
stays still.
Judgment
is
at
what you look
Nuremberg.
at.
I think of Judgment of Nuremberg.
You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do,
I'm going
sir?
to shut up.
No, you're Mickey Rooney. You do whatever the hell you want. You will not, anything I'm involved with, you will never shut up, sir. You are instructed to keep going and keep being Mickey Rooney, and I have two words for you, Ava Gardner. And when I leave my wife for a hot actress, I'm going to say to her, it's not easy to find happiness in Hollywood. And I think she'll let me go do what I want. Or cheap. Thank you
You should
very
have been
much,
in the movie
Marvin.
originally, I think. It would have been great to have had you in that movie. You probably weren't born then.
No, I was. I was a year old when the movie came out.
Okay.
I was a year old.
You make me
That makes
feel
me
so
51. So let me ask you, Karen, and Barrie, I'm going to come back to you. Don't think I'm not. Okay. What about the actor that your husband could not get for the movie? The one actor he wanted to get for the movie, but he couldn't get.
You mean the dead guy?
Yes.
That's a famous story. It's a little bit long, but I'll tell you. Stanley wanted this actor in the movie, and he called a very major agent at the time. And he said, listen, I got to have this actor. And he said, yeah, how much? And they made all the contracts, everything. And he said, and then one of his other partners of the agency said, that actor died. And he says, oh my God, you mean I've told Stanley and he's supposed to show up for work? He said, now let me tell you, I want you to take a lesson from me. I'm going to show you how I handle this and how I get us out of this problem. So he said, Stanley, he said, you know, he's working on some other project and I don't think he can get there. I mean, maybe you'd be interested. He says, no. He said, no, we'll work out the schedule. He said, oh, okay. Well, don't worry, I'll try in a couple of days. Stanley, I'm thinking about it. He's going to be on this film a long, long, long time. And I think maybe what you ought to do is just get one of our other clients. No, we'll work this out. And he's getting more and more embarrassed as he's trying to show off for all these agents in training, So finally, he said, Stanley, I have to tell you, he said, he died. Stanley said, what? You sold me a dead actor? That's a very major story among all the agencies. It's been going on for years. They tell that story whenever they have lunch.
And
I'm glad
also,
I was able to share it with you this evening.
one other quick story I'd like you to tell is how Jonathan Winters was hired.
Oh my God.
God bless Jonathan Winters. There is a great, great talent.
Oh,
He was absolutely
one of
newest
the
man.
greatest,
He was.
greatest quiet.
You must be talking about Jonathan Winters.
Yes.
Well, Stanley had seen him on the Jack Parr show.
It's like jazz, isn't it? It's just like how it just happens. It's amazing. Go ahead.
All right, well, Stanley saw Jonathan Winters. Nobody knew who he was, really, at this point. He had done a couple of appearances on Jack Parr. It was a late-night show, like we have today. Jay Leno for you younger people. And so Stanley called him and said, Mr. Winters, my name is Stanley Kramer, and I want to offer you a part of my next film called It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. And Jonathan said, oh, Mr. Kramer, well, look, first of all, I'm not an actor. I've never done a film before. He said, that's okay. He said, no. I have to be very honest with you. I just got out of a mental institution, and they have declared me certifiably insane. And Stanley said, Mr. Winters, he said, every actor I've ever worked with is certifiably insane. I think you'll do just fine. And I think he was sensational in the film.
But he would say that.
Or for Dick Schulman. It's very difficult to write for those people. They have their own built-in kind of genius. I worked with two geniuses in my life. I worked with Charlie Chaplin, whom I stage managed for, and I worked with Jonathan Winters. I was a replacement in this picture. The original choice was Jackie Mason for this part. But Jackie Mason called Mr. Kramer and told him he had a lot of nightclub engagements he had to do, and he gave him all the dates. Kramer thanked him very much and fired him. And they needed a replacement. So my agent sent me the script. It read like the Manhattan phone book. It was very, very long. And I called my agent. I said, I almost got killed reading the script. You want me to throw iron things through a window and go through a plate glass window myself? I said, I'm not doing it. He said, your deal is you can do all the stunts your partner can do. And I said, who's my partner? He said, Arnold Stang. Well, I know Arnold is the biggest coward in the American theater. I said, whatever Arnold consents to do, I'd be glad to do. The only problem is that we're working with an ex-Marine, Jonathan Winters, who thinks all the actors ought to do their own stunts. So Arnold and I are sitting on the sidelines watching Jonathan, hoping he'll get hurt. Not seriously, a little bit. And sure enough, he wrenches us back in rehearsal. So we had to get stuntmen. Now, to get a stuntman for Arnold Stang was not easy. He was 5'1", I think, had no chin, and not big shoulders. So they got him a guy who does chimps. His name was Janos Puchaska. Now, Janos was the right height and all of that. He had huge shoulders, so they had to give Arnold big shoulder pads so he'd look as good as his stuntman. Actually, we're in the picture maybe 2 minutes.
No, you're in there for
the whole work.
The stuntman did that. But that's one of the most memorable scenes, tearing up an entire gas station.
I watched how he fell, and that's how I fell. And but otherwise, forget about it. It was, nobody was allowed to ad-lib in the picture, except Phil Silvers. That was the only comic that Mr. Kramer trusted. So we all had to just repeat what we said before over and over and over again. It was a wonderful experience, but there was one mistake that cost them a lot of money. We're supposed to go out of the men's room and the ladies' room, and they're shooting it, and I said to the AD, I said, at that point, the gas station is up. He said, no, you're wrong. I said, look it up in the script. I was right. So they had to send us all home at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, pull down the set, build a new gas station for the next day. They took our close-ups of the thing, and then they blew up the gas station again. $100,000.
And back then, that was equal to $150,000. So there's some major money. Hold on, Barrie Chase has
The
got
lady
some-
would like to say something.
I've never stopped her, Mickey. Go, Barrie.
No, I found very interesting.
Keep it there. Keep it right
Yeah.
there. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Stop. Don't go there. I found it interesting that you said that none of the actors were allowed to ad-lib, in that the scene, and I only did one scene in the movie, was totally ad-lib, except for It's Your Mother. The rest of it was completely improvisational.
But I'm
Can
coming,
I
Mama.
say,
You can.
may I
Yes,
say something?
Mickey,
No,
please.
I'm going to talk about Mr. Stanley Kramer,
Okay.
the
There you
director.
go.
I like
There
that.
wasn't a scene, not the scene. He'd say, you know what the scene's about, that's already, make up your own dialogue. He winged it all the time.
Yeah.
So that's...
So really, he
that
didn't
great-
trust Marvin Kaplan as well.
great-
Sorry,
Sorry, Mr. Kaplan.
No, that was, never mind. Mickey, no. So when you're on the plane, flying the plane, and Jim Backus is supposedly bouncing in the back,
Right,
you're
right.
making up your own stuff.
And everything was ad-lib.
Uh-huh.
He said, forget the script. The script only is a map.
Skeleton.
You put the words in it, all of the actors. And that's what they did. And he says, you've got Spencer Tracy, one of the serious actors. And he can play anything. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, so-and-so, all the pictures that he's done. And he's surrounded by all of this nonsense. He said, you know how to play it. Have fun. And every time he rolled he said, quiet, roll. I mean, say it loud. I can't hear myself on the set, he'd say. Just, I'll say, go, and you go. And you ad-lib every scene in this picture. You know what it's about. It's madness, and they're going to tell jokes, and you know the jokes, and we'll be telling them, and Sid Caesar, and let's not forget Jack Benny.
Oh, my God.
He's my favorite of all time.
Red Skelton.
Yeah, Red, I found Red. Well, let's not get into that.
You know who's here tonight is Buddy Hackett's daughter, Lisa Hackett.
Yes.
Where's Lisa?
And she
was here. There she is. And Lisa was here at the premiere in 1963.
a little girl,
Yeah, she was a little girl, yes. Yeah.
and she now is very attractive.
And Karen, your daughter is here.
Kat was here for the
Yeah, Kat
25th.
Kramer. She was here the 25th. And she has a purse that is shaped like it's a mad world.
Real coconut.
And by the way,
This is a picture you can bring the family to.
it's a picture you can bring the family to, I know.
You could sit back and enjoy. I don't believe this is happening. Just say to yourself.
Right.
Now that was 50. Gosh, can it be that long? 50 years ago,
Yeah.
and I'm only 30. So, but
You're Mickey Rooney, and I can't believe that I'm sitting. No, it's me talking. Mickey, it's me. You keep on looking at Marvin when I don't want you to. See, at the end of this, you're going to go, that Marvin Kaplan never shut up.
I know, but you haven't said a word
I'm
to
quiet.
me since Ava Gardner.
No, I've said quite a few. It wasn't Marvin, it was actually me. But Ava Gardner is a good thing. But you're Mickey Rooney, and I'm just thrilled to be in your presence. That's all I'm saying.
Look at
We all are.
We're all thrilled to be here.
Yes.
To see it's a mad, mad world.
Yes. But you're Mickey Rooney, and you're here. That's all I'm saying. Can excuse my language, but this is a holy shit moment.
A what?
Let's keep it better. It's just great.
That was
Leave it
the
at
trailer.
Look at their ladies.
Oh, okay, yes, I'm sorry. But I can't believe it. You're Mickey Rooney. That's all I'm saying. You're the greatest.
Well, nothing dirty in this movie.
No, I just made the whole
You don't have
evening
to be
blue.
blue in
Did
order
you
to
see?
be funny.
Did you see Black Stallion?
Yes, I did see Black Stallion, and yes, you were great in that too.
Pictures of Tokery with William Holden.
With William Holden, most certainly.
But
Mickey, I've
let's
seen
not
all your
talk about
movies.
that. Let's stay on to the picture.
Yes, we should stay
I
on
think
to It's
the
a Mad
family is
Film.
going to enjoy it.
Yes.
And that's why we're here.
That is why
It's
we're here.
a mad world. And I hope you
Hold on.
enjoy it.
I am going to, for the closing of our presentation up here, I'm going to turn it over to the lovely
Thank you.
Miss Karen Kramer. Please say whatever you'd like to finish us off, and well, I'll thank them when we're done. Go. What's that?
No Q&A?
There wasn't any plan because we got to show the picture.
Wait a minute.
It's a
But
3-hour
take
picture.
a minute. Ten
All these people here, you
10
can't have
left.
a Q&A?
10
Yeah, come on.
Karen, why don't you make your announcements, and then I'll take a few questions from the crowd. Okay.
That sounds like a
Well, I
good
think they'd appreciate that.
They would.
Mickey,
I think they would.
anyone who, do you understand that anyone who stands here and asks you a question and then you answer it, they're never going to forget that for the rest of their lives?
Well,
You're Mickey Rooney.
who the hell is that?
The one that knew Ava Gardner.
I didn't say that. He thinks I'm nuts, but I am. But go ahead. Karen Kramer.
Okay, I really have to thank a few people. I mean, it's not the Academy Award speech, but I'm going to thank a few people that need to be thanked. And first of all, Steve Moyer, my fearless leader in a way, he helped me put what went on outside before you guys arrived, put this many things together. The police cars that we all arrived in with the sirens blaring. Which was so much fun by Barrie and Larry Maitland. I mean, they gave these cars to us today, and I'm very, very grateful because it really sold the idea of what this film is, a mad film and a mad world, and it was a great entrance for all of us. And to Jonathan Giselle, who really is handling this theater and the ArcLight and this whole 50th anniversary. He needs to be thanked. He has had quite a responsibility with many, many films celebrating the 50th of this beautiful theater. So I want to thank Jonathan Giselle as well. I think he needs a round of applause. And to the mayor, Eric Garcetti, who gave us all a special scroll for Mad World and the theater today, for taking the time and sending Tom LaBonge in his place to give us.
That's an honor in itself.
That is, I would say so. And to
The mayor of
Eric,
Los Angeles.
Yes, came to give us a
Eric
special
Garcetti.
dispensation. So anyway, I want to thank these people and Dave Woodman, who provided the jewelry I'm wearing today from Jimmy Durandi's car that was crashed with the headlights. I'm wearing that today. And
That's
all the
made from
wonderful
the
things.
headlights of the car
Yes,
when he
it's what I'm
crashed it?
wearing.
Oh.
And gave this to me, and I'm wearing
Stop, don't
it
get me in
honor of
trouble.
the film
Please
and-
stop.
yeah. Okay, thank you so much. And I wanted to make one other announcement, and then that's done. Criterion
That's what I was going to say.
is go.
Yeah, no, it's
We're having a fantastic box set. I mean, it's the most comprehensive box set ever done on any movie. I think it has 5 discs associated with it. It's coming out in January. You fans, I know it's a must to have it. And Karen Stettler is the producer of it, and she's here this afternoon as well. And Michael Schlesinger is also involved. He's also here. And I thank Criterion for doing it. It's a long, long time it's been coming. And I'm
it's
just
been.
delighted.
Sounds like it's all about money.
Yes, Mickey, ultimately it's all about money and love. But I want to say this, I'm a big Criterion collection person, and the idea that Criterion is putting out a Blu-ray of this movie, forget that there's extra discs. This is the most exciting news, because I've had the other versions. Hold on, something's being whispered. All right, what's going on? He told you what
What the hell
information?
was that?
And
That was,
and my fearless leader. That's Steve Boyer.
But he said to wrap it up?
Donnell Donegan, who owns the Hollywood Museum. The dummies that we
the
had.
dummies, right.
The dummies we had earlier. I wish some of you were here for it. I used them 40 years ago. 10 years ago for the 40th. And she donated them today. So I thank her for that.
Mickey Rooney, my love for you has grown. That's all I'm saying.
Incidentally, can I say one thing?
You can say anything you want, I told you.
Before, there are probably service men and women in the U.S. too,
Mhm.
and we should remember them.
All the service men and women. Okay, I'm going to take a few questions. I'm going to go up to make this quick. So you have a question, sir? Yes. A sweater or a sweatshirt? It's very nice. Go ahead.
I was just wondering, for Mickey, how was your experience filming Babe, Pig in the City in Australia? How was your experience filming that?
Oh, that's right on track. Okay, I have to skip that one. I'm sorry, sir. Don't have to send that to me. Yes. Yes, wearing a Chicago Blackhawks sweatshirt. Good for you. Go ahead.
Wanted to know who was the actor who had passed that you were seeking for the movie, and then who replaced him.
Is that Nipsey Russell? No, I'm kidding. No.
I don't know who that actor was. Who was it?
Edward Brophy.
Eddie Brophy.
It wasn't.
Eddie Brophy. No, it wasn't Kovacs, no.
It was not Kovacs. You have more misinformation.
Thank you.
You have a question? Yes. You have a Disneyland hat. Very nice. Go ahead. I love your show. It's a plug. Okay. The Goldbergs, Tuesdays at 9.
I just want to mention a couple of comedians like Bob Hope, Red Skelton, Dick Van Dyke. I was just curious, Charlie Chaplin, how come those people weren't in the movie?
Well, I can tell you.
Sheena Easton.
May I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead.
You didn't mention Red Buttons and Don Rickles. They always
No,
complain.
they did mention Don Rickles. They
They
skipped
did,
Red
okay.
Buttons.
Well, they
though.
always, Red Buttons
was a
complained.
good friend of mine.
He was wonderful, and he said, Karen.
He never had a dinner.
The way the picture was cast was very interesting. And Kramer, Mr. Kramer's first wife, would put nobody read for anything. We didn't have to read for parts in those days. Anne Kramer took your 8x10 photo and put it together with other 8x10 photos, and she saw what looked good and what looked real in a police station, in a gas station, and so on. It was cast strictly by these 8x10 photos and the availability of the actors. There were a lot of people who were not in the picture who were great. Zero Mostel is a great actor. But I mean, a great many people who are great, will always be great, are in the film. And you can't get them again anymore. They don't exist. As a matter of fact, talent is a matter of opinion. And in my opinion, it's also a matter of opportunity. There aren't that many people around now who can do these kinds of parts, who know what farce is all about, who can work with other people without getting blue, without getting egomaniacal about it. There are very few artists with that kind of talent today. We were lucky we had them in this movie.
All right, yeah.
Well, can we get some questions?
Yes, I've got a question.
Just two or three from just average people.
I've got a question for Miss Chase. In the scene where Mrs.
Wait a
Marcus...
minute. No, I'm going to stop you. I want some questions from this wonderful audience.
Yeah, no. Mickey, hold on a second here, I'll be right back. Mickey,
Well, it's been nice being here with you all.
No, Mick, I'm calling you Mick. That's not me asking them, there's people in the audience. It is people in the audience, okay? It's okay, I just want them to know. Because he thinks I moved out here, and I'm asking, all right, hold on a second. This is for Barrie Chase.
I think that was the problem.
Okay, Miss Chase, in the scene where Mrs. Marcus calls and you say, it's your mom.
Yeah.
And he says, give me the phone. When you threw the phone to Sylvester, he caught it. Perfect catch.
Yeah.
How many times did you have to do that so he did not get hit in the head with the phone?
Yeah.
It was perfect.
No, he always caught it. Yeah,
All
I
right,
don't
we
know
have
why.
time for...
And
Okay, so this is our last question.
maybe. I don't know how many takes there were, but I don't ever remember. And I'm not really good at throwing a ball. Like
Okay.
that.
All right, so here's our...
He always caught it. I don't remember the number of takes.
Can we get some lovely people?
Mickey,
Here's a regular woman. She's a housewife from Encino. Sherman Oaks. She's a housewife from Sherman Oaks, a regular person with red hair who has a question for you, Mickey Rooney. Here we go.
Mickey, what was your favorite moment or favorite person in the film?
I'd like to say this to you. I've made a lot of pictures. Some were good, some were terrible. But I have never met anybody in this business that wasn't nice, kind, or respectful. Because it's a business. And I've never met anybody who wasn't kind and respectful. I'd like to do a television show today.
Kind and respect.
No, I really would.
I'll be in it. I'll join you anytime.
Anyway.
All right.
I wasn't kidding.
Yeah.
And I'd like to introduce to my son, who brought me, Mark Rooney. Over here, his lovely wife.
Oh, no, I can't. Is that a question? No, we're done with it. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
And Charlene, his wife.
Yeah, Charlene and Mark Rooney.
How about a hand for them?
How about a hand? Yes. All right, now, Marvin Kaplan.
I have no but.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant, so great to have you here.
Thank you.
Karen
I
Kramer.
have to say
Oh, hold on.
that it's very important to love what you do when you work.
You could say that again.
2/3 of our lives at our work. And I think every actor that I know of, at least the ones on this stage tonight, love their work. Otherwise, we couldn't survive in it. We couldn't keep doing it. And when you show up at an audition in a wheelchair to get the job, it has nothing to do with your credits, your talent, anything. They don't want people in wheelchairs on the screen.
Lionel Barrymore.
It's a real rotten thing to do.
And he was the first Judge Hardy.
All right, so Marvin Kaplan, sir, thank you. If I call you for a movie, you'll do it?
I'm writing a musical right now. It's called Bluebeard's Eighth Wife. We're going to do it as a Valentine's Day presentation on radio.
There you go. Karen Kramer, the 50th, thank you for including me. It means
Thank you
the
for
world.
coming today.
Barrie Chase, again with the legs. Holy moly. Yeah, I do. Hold on. Okay, take 1 second. Mickey's already standing, though. I want to point that out to you.
It's okay, thank you.
Oh, now Mickey sat down again. Okay. Mr. Rooney, one of the greatest honors of my life. Thank you, sir. Forget
Can I
it.
say this?
Yes.
I'm like anybody else.
No, you're not.
Everybody in this business is so lucky that the good
Yes,
Lord
very
has
lucky.
put you in this business.
Yes. But you're Mickey Rooney. No matter what you say, you are the greatest. And Boys Town, I'm telling you. Oh, good night, nurse, what it means to me. That's Mickey Rooney. A round of applause.
You didn't like Night at the Museum?
I like that. You're great in that museum. I'm not saying that. All right, give them all a round of applause. Applaud your own good taste for being here for this wonderful movie. And we're going to see a short presentation during the movie. I understand we'll be out at midnight. Thank you very much.